2021 might be the year of Cotton and returning franchises as a whole. Another game in the Cotton franchise has been released for modern consoles. Today I'll be looking at Panorama Cotton, out for the Nintendo Switch and other consoles. It is a port of the Sega Mega Drive Classic. Is this version worth playing? I'll give you the rundown in today's video. Panorama Cotton is actually the third game in the Cotton series, with this one being quite different from previous games. This is not a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up. Instead, it is a rail shooter, akin to games like Afterburner and Space Harrier. It's a pretty impressive game, and it's very fast, with lots of enemies and obstacles coming at you on all times. This was a game back in the day that actually really pushed the Sega Mega Drive hardware. Even though this is a rail shooter, all the staples of the Cotton series is here. You're able to gain EXP and levels as before, as well as gather gems for magic attacks. And of course, there's tea time at the end of every level. You do have access to an additional button, a speed button, that allows you to change between 3 speeds for movement on screen. Overall, I think it's a really good shooter and pretty challenging. It's one that most fans of rail shooters have recommended, but in the year of 2021, we expect releases like these to have more than just the game. Of course, we want additional options. Well, good news! If you caught my previous review for Glaylancer, another Sega Mega Drive game ported to the Switch, I'll have you know that this exact same game has been done by the exact same people that did the port for Glaylancer. That means we get all the nice perks that Glaylancer's release got, with a pretty simple menu system. When you first beat the game up on the Switch, you'll see 2 different modes, Standard and Challenge. Standard is Panorama Cotton as normal, but you'll have the ability to use the rewind feature, as well as be able to use save states and cheats. Challenge mode is Panorama Cotton as it was back in the day, with no enhancements. Now in the options, you can remap the controls, and for modern mode, you can enable the shot overheat feature or turn it off. Leaving it on is like the game was back in the day, and it will slow down your shots if you hold the shot button for longer than 2 seconds. For video options, you can adjust the display resolution for full screen, 4x3, and pixel perfect. Now keep in mind, Panorama Cotton was actually displayed in some sort of widescreen on CRTs back in the day, so it is actually 4x3, which is the display I'm using, and because of that it will fill the screen up quite nicely as it removes the borders. Also from the Glaylancer release, there is an awesome CRT shader that is fully customizable to your tastes. Like I said before, more retro games need to have this kind of customizable CRT filter, as the pre-made CRT filters are never good. And finally, there are a few rewind speeds to choose from, and of course, there are cheats for standard mode. You get access to cheats when you play through challenge mode. I kinda wish it was unlocked from the gate, but that's just my preference. In the game proper, there are more options too. You can select between original or score attack modes, various levels of difficulty, as well as lives for Cotton. You can also invert the movement controls, as well as adjust the controls, though you can do that in the main menu anyway. Overall, I do like this port of Panorama Cotton. It's the first time it's been released in the States, as far as I'm aware, and the emulation is pretty spot on. The menus are pretty simple, they're not fancy, but they do give you plenty of options to work with. And again, the game is a blast to play. It was really impressive then, and it holds up now. My only true concern is the price might be a little high for what they're offering. At $14.99, it's more than twice the amount of Glaylancer. I mean, it is the first time it's been released in the States, and it is the cheapest legally for you to obtain the game. I just think the pricing would be better at a price tag of $9.99 or so. I'm curious to know what you guys think about that pricing. That aside, I love the game. It's one of those games that you should give a shot if you love rail shooters from back in the day. It's a pretty awesome game. But yeah, that's all I have for today. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up. It helps out the video, helps out the channel. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. I do a bunch of Nintendo Switch videos each and every week. subscribe so you never miss a single video. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to the Kaiju Club patrons. Thank you for being a Patreon member. Through your support, it helps out this channel, so I'm able to produce content. If you want to help support this channel, check out the link on the screen. But thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you next time. Thank you.